Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif met Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in Jeddah, where the two leaders held detailed discussions on regional developments and reaffirmed their commitment to peace and stability. The Prime Minister expressed deep appreciation for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's long-standing support for Pakistan. He also reiterated Pakistan's complete solidarity and full support for Saudi Arabia, particularly in what he described as challenging circumstances. Shehbaz assured Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman that Pakistan will always stand firmly with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. French President Emmanuel Macron has condemned an attack in northern Iraq that killed one French officer and wounded several soldiers in the Erbil region. France's army said 6 French soldiers providing counter-terrorism training in the region were wounded in a drone attack just hours after an Italian base was also targeted in the area. In a post on X, Macron said Chief Warrant Officer Arnaud Frion died for France, and several of our soldiers have been injured in the attack. He said the attack against French forces engaged in the fight against ISIS since 2015 is unacceptable. US President Donald Trump has issued a strong message on social media, claiming that the United States is overwhelmingly defeating Iran militarily and economically. According to Trump, US military operations have significantly weakened Iran's defense capabilities. He claimed that Iran's Navy and Air Force are no longer operational, saying the country's military infrastructure has been severely damaged. He also claimed that Iranian leadership has been wiped out, stating that their leaders have been erased from the page of their identity. The US president also issued a direct warning, saying the world should look what happens to these madmen today. A US military refueling aircraft has crashed in western Iraq in an incident US Central Command said involved another aircraft but was not the result of hostile or friendly fire. In a statement, the CENTCOM said it was carrying out rescue efforts after the US KC-135 refueling aircraft went down. The second aircraft landed safely. It said the incident occurred in friendly airspace during Operation Epic Fury. A US official said the other aircraft involved in the incident was also a KC-135, and the one that crashed had as many as 6 service members on board. Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, has vowed revenge for the deaths of Iranian leaders and warned the Strait of Hormuz will remain closed. In his first televised statement since taking power, Khamenei said Iran could target US bases across the region. The warning comes as several ships were struck in attacks across the Gulf. 2 tankers were reported ablaze at Iraq's Basra port after suspected Iranian explosive boats hit the vessels. Energy Secretary Chris Wright has admitted that the US Navy is not yet ready to escort oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz. Speaking to CNBC, Wright said US military assets are currently focused on strikes against Iran's offensive capabilities. He said the Navy could begin escorting tankers later this month, as preparations continue with the Pentagon. US President Donald Trump says rising oil prices mean greater profits for the United States, but stopping Iran from getting nuclear weapons remains his top priority. Posting on Truth Social, Trump said preventing Iran from developing nuclear arms is more important than the financial gains from higher energy prices. And the United States has issued a 30-day waiver for countries to buy sanctioned Russian oil and petroleum products currently stranded at sea, in what Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said was a step to stabilize global energy markets roiled by the Iran war. The move was the latest attempt by President Donald Trump's administration to tame energy prices, after the US and Israeli strikes on Iran and the subsequent response by Tehran widened regional tensions and paralyzed shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, disrupting vital Middle East oil and gas flows and sending energy prices higher. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.